It's nice.
It's not nice.
Why it is? Get everybody. Let's bring in Charlotte Flair.
Oh, this song is terrible.
You don't like it?
No, it's so bad.
It's not bad. Good tune, buddy. You
No,
don't know good
it's,
tunes. That's your problem.
It's awful. No, I know good tunes. This is not. This
No,
is
you
not
don't.
one of them.
You don't know good
Really
songs.
bad. Welcome, Charlotte
Hi.
Flair.
Hi,
Hey
Charlotte.
guys, good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Trying to stay warm.
Sit down. I can't believe whenever I see you guys doing morning media, because you were in. Where were you last night? Doing the show,
Hershey.
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Did
right?
you just get creeped out because Sam wanted to know where you were last
No,
evening?
no,
Oh, okay. 'Cause she looked around like, why?
No,
What do
no,
you-
no. I was like looking at the Annie. Oh, they're not in here.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah, you were in Hershey, Pennsylvania
I was
last
in Hershey.
night,
Yeah.
and so you just have to kind of zip from the show to New York and then get up and
I'm so used to it though.
make the rounds. It's just a
I
life.
need to wear this, right?
You don't have to. You can if you want
okay, 'cause
to.
I couldn't hear myself.
I like wearing mine.
Yeah, no, I'm so used to it. Plus, I get my sleep.
You do?
I'm not. Yeah. I
Can you
never
sleep
go-
in a car?
No, like the night before, I stayed in Allentown. And I got like 11 hours of sleep and then drove to Hershey to work out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just figure out where these pockets are that you're going to be able to sleep and just catch up on
And
them.
just
then.
catch- yep.
So like you're like, okay, if the Sunday, Monday, I'm not going to get any sleep, then I'm going to make sure Saturday
Exactly,
to Sunday,
for sure.
I get my 11 hours.
Yeah, because I won't tonight either because always the early fights on Tuesday. So no.
So could you rest all the way after, like, say you don't sleep, because I'm a terrible sleeper. So the next day you get up and you've had like 2.5 hours because you had to travel and you had a match that night because you're doing press all day. You'll rest on 2.5 hours sleep?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure last year the three of us at Mania, me, Becky, and Sasha did not sleep that whole week before Mania just because we were so excited.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Wow.
Because you realize, that, like, a year before that, you guys are all just, like, hopefully will be on the WWE roster. And
well,
then
we have seats.
Yeah, exactly. And then you show up and your face is plastered giant on the front of Dallas Stadium.
Still doesn't feel real. We were having that triple threat in front of 20 people at Lakeland, thinking, "Hey, are they going to like this the year before?"
Yeah.
So yeah,
And then they put you in a stadium with 100,000 people.
For
So that's
sure.
what it is. It's just when does the adrenaline fade out? Because it's not like you have WrestleMania and then there's a month off. Like you have WrestleMania and then Raw the next day. So you're still in front of audiences.
Yeah, you really just get used to it. I say it usually takes a year to adjust to the schedule on the main roster. About a year. After a year, that's when I started to be like, okay, because I used to wake up for those early flights or media and wake up and feel sick because I was just so tired. And then now it's just like, no, this is what I do.
This is life.
This is life. And my body's adjusted to, I guess, different time zones and just having a wacky schedule. But that did take a while.
You learn to live with just being tired.
Exactly.
This
But-
is how it is. This is as good as it gets. I'm going to be tired. And that's what life is.
you know, like sleeping in the town and getting that much sleep. I mean, obviously some people don't, but for me, like I want to look fresh. I always want to be on point on Monday. And this is my one shot. You know, guys have a longer lifespan with what we do. I'm like, oh, it could be gone. You know,
So
like
you still have
females-
that, like...
Yeah, like I still have that like itch to be like I'm not complacent yet. So
Right.
the
Like, I have to
sleep-
do this now.
Yeah, like
'cause
I
it's
want to
not
look fresh
guaranteed.
Monday for, you know, you guys. So it's a little bit of a sacrifice. I'm like, dang, I wish I was out doing karaoke, but it's fine.
Do you have brothers and sisters who are not in wrestling?
I do. So my older sister owns her own sleep labs where she tests sleep studies.
Wow. Wait, does she test for like apnea and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, I've gone through 3 of those. Have you ever been through one?
No.
They're awful.
I'm like, I'm not sleeping in your sleep study room. No, but she does that. And then my older brother obviously did wrestle, but him and his wife now own a company outside of Charlotte and Shelby called Seal Wire. So if there's a natural disaster and the pipes freeze, they send the copper.
I see.
Oh, it's good to have the police. Yeah.
Yes, and then he
That's not-
started his own recycling
copper.
company called Flair Recycle. He has this like cute old white truck, and yeah, that's what they do.
So why? What an interesting job to run a sleep lab. Like, what made her do that? I'm fast. All I want to do is ask sleep questions.
She was a respiratory therapist, or that's
Okay.
what her, I guess, degree was. Or, yeah.
She was like, how do I help people with
And
this?
then, I don't know, I think it was about 8 years ago or 10 years ago when she got into this, and I think it was just popular. And instead of going to the hospital to get sleep tests, she thought, oh, I'll open like private, I'm trying to think of the right word, versus going to like a big healthcare, like your regular doctor. She wanted to make it nicer. I don't know how to explain it.
Like just
Like
a
a private
little
place
wellness
that you,
area.
Yeah, it doesn't have to go through health insurance. Yeah, it's like a nice little house, and she works with a lot of kids as well. Believe it or not, have sleep apnea.
Do people know it's like a Flair family
Yeah.
business? Because
In
I feel
Charlotte,
like
they do.
Yeah, any business that you put the Flair
And
name on.
She does not like that. Whoa, like she does not like being out in the public eye
Yeah.
and being like, especially when doctors are like, so you're Ric Flair's daughter. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
How'd you find that out? But
people just pretending they have sleep issues. They're just sitting there on the
Yeah.
bed like,
Yeah.
so you remember 85?
Yeah.
When he, you're like, I just go to
yeah.
sleep.
But believe it or not, it's not her patients. It's more the doctors that she tries to hire to, read the sleep studies.
Really?
Yeah.
They see her last name on it and they want to know.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, are you Rick's daughter?" So, no,
Does she say no ever?
no.
that'd be
We all look alike.
You do.
Yes, like we have different moms, but
All four of you? Or all three of you?
there's four of us. Well, there was four of us, but my older brother and sister, were by the same woman, and then Reed and I were by my.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So two different moms, but you all look like the
we
nature
all
boy.
look like
Yeah.
my dad.
You all know exactly.
That's some powerful DNA.
Good stock.
when you found a Flair. So at what point then, when you're trying to figure out this schedule, at what point do you start wrapping your head around the fact that you're doing WrestleMania again? Like, because obviously...
I don't. I just go.
Right. So it's going to be
Yeah.
another moment where you're like, you show up to Orlando and you're like, oh my God, I have another giant match in a stadium this weekend.
Yes, but like for me, this one's kind of emotional because I'm thinking 9 years ago, I was sitting front row thinking, how does he do this? And this is how much he means to this industry and all the, the thank you Rick signs. And, it was the last time the four of us, me, my two brothers and sister, watched my dad all together. And I'm like, I'm going to be on that same stage. And I think that was just 9 years ago. You just really never know where life's going to take you.
Ric Flair, he retired. He was retired at WrestleMania 9 years ago in the stadium that they're going to
Yeah.
Right.
this year.
And then
Oh, wow.
even crazier. So Sasha was backstage as well with Snoop, and she met my little brother when he went on his tour bus, and she was, not on the same row as I was, but front row, I guess, across the way. And to know we were both backstage, and this was her dream, and I was just I was still in college, definitely not thinking of wrestling, and we both ended up in the same place. It's really weird.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like someone made a video at home and tagged us both in it, and we both posted it just because it was really that surreal.
But because you guys did not know each other at all then.
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah. Like not until she stepped footed into FCW.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just different paths and then ending up in the same place. It's crazy. And it's all in Orlando.
So last year at WrestleMania, if I remember correctly, you wore a robe that was inspired by the robe that Rick wore for the
In
retirement
Orlando,
match.
yep.
Does any part of you wish that you're like, oh my God, I should have saved that for Orlando?
Kind of.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, that would have been perfect. And then like the same entrance. But
Yeah.
yeah, but this year the robe that I have planned is pretty cool. And I think it kind of
What'd the robe look
showcases
like?
his entire career. So, and that's, his entire career came to an end
There.
in Orlando.
Right, so it's like this
it'll
whole
be,
retrospective.
Yes.
So like Ric Flair was known for his like, giant like robes with feathers and sequins and rhinestones, and they were like the most intricate things. He would often brag about them. Yeah. Did you? Because he bragged about them costing like $10,000 or whatever.
I'd be working for a very long time. They're not 10, but they're They're pretty. They're
When you started
they're
wearing
about-
robes, were you like, oh my God, Dad, these were like, why were you wearing
Yes,
robes?
I'm like, hold on, I have to have one for every paper. Dang, all my money's going to these robes. But
that a
no,
part
I
of it,
really
though?
put a lot of money into them, but I know I'll get my investment back one day.
You have to have a different robe for each one.
You don't have to, but for me, I feel like once I did that robe and then I started to kind of come into myself in this Charlotte character, the robes just kind of, I think, were a part of it. Because if you look at Bailey and Sasha and Becky, they all have these trinkets and special things. Like the boss wouldn't be the boss without her jewels.
Right.
And I'm like, I never thought I'd end up, a robe is kind of silly. Like you think of a sparkly robe, it's silly. But now it's my thing. So right now, as I'm in the title picture, I'll make sure I have a robe for every big event.
Are you nervous about your title fight?
Always nervous. When you're not nervous, then you're not,
Are you guys
quit.
the main event?
Well, I will consider us the main event.
Yeah, it's one of the big matches.
It's one
for
of
sure.
Okay.
Just
Like-
because we have a story
Oh,
that's
okay.
been building.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know a lot about it. It's fun to watch though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
just- I
there's
never know
two
what's
women's
happening.
matches this year, which is even. Well, I know there was two last year. There was one on the pre-show and then the actual show. But this year, I'm pretty sure Raw and SmackDown both having matches on the card.
On the show.
On the show.
And what about rumors? People that said that Ronda Rousey was going to get into wrestling. Has there been any talks of that? Because people keep talking about it.
I'd say get in line, sister.
Would you like
This
to?
is what we did.
Would you like to wrestle Ronda Rousey? Like, does that make you nervous? That like Ronda comes from this place of her business is hurting people, whereas in the world of WWE, people get hurt, but your goal is not to hurt people. You know what I'm saying?
I look at it two ways. I think it would be an awesome opportunity, but right now, like the women's championship is my focus. So, women's wrestling. Ronda, is made, great leaps and strides or whatever you want. I mean, basically put women's UFC on the map. So when I'm out of the title picture, I'd say it'd be a fun, I don't know, gimmick match or
Right.
so see what we can do.
But right now, you'd rather be in contention.
I'd rather be fighting for the women's championship.
Here. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, I don't know much about. What do they call it? Someone who can lead the ring general? Is that the one who's
A
like
ring
kind of in
general is a-
charge?
yeah.
So are you more the type who's when you're like more the leader when you're wrestling, or will you take somebody else's lead, or both?
It really depends on who I'm working. For the longest time, I just listened because the girls had so much more experience than me. But like Sasha, we don't talk. We just know each other's bodies. Like, I know what she does. She knows what I do. And if I move a certain way, she knows what I'm going for.
See, that's crazy, and I think that's the part that people don't necessarily understand
Yeah.
about WWE and about wrestling and things like that. That stuff happens where it's not this sort of like perfectly choreographed
Right.
move for move thing, or even this thing where like they're whispering the secrets in each other's ears and stuff. Sometimes it legit is just this.
Yeah, and
improv.
sometimes like if one of us are nervous, like she'll be like, "Hey, loosen up," or we'll say, "Hey, go home, cut this," or. But other than that, it
What's
just really
go home
depends.
mean? Cut this. Go home.
Okay, so there's so much that goes into the match. Like especially on Raw, we have live segments break, and if it's 2 segments and an entrance, you're count down till we go to break, and then you have a break spot, and then you go into break, then you're counted coming out of break into TV again, and you want to be in action because when the viewers are watching, and then you're counted down to the finish, and you can't go over these times. Yeah, it's a lot.
Can you
So
imagine having to
you're-
process all that as you're also trying to
Right.
do this athletic thing?
So do you want like the good guy or bad guy on top going into break depending on the story, and then if the good guy didn't get enough of their high, I don't even want to, it's a lot.
Okay.
So we'll be like, hey, go home, we're being cut. But Natty, for instance, in our NXT match,
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing well. Like
She's just giving you words of encouragement?
Yes,
That's
the whole
amazing.
time. Like she was just like, listen to me, and I'm like, I'm so scared. I think I'm going to be sick. Like before I walked out there, she was like, I promise you, I will take care of you. Just bring the emotion. And that's so
at what point did you really start to develop the confidence you need? Because you didn't have any wrestling background when you started training with WWE, correct?
Correct.
And so like now you're looked at as one of, if not the best there and possibly ever. So at what point do you develop the confidence that you don't need somebody to talk you through something like that? Or you don't that you can lead it and you know how to do this?
I think when you think you're too good, there's a problem. Like I learn every day. Like obviously I haven't been doing this very long, so of course there's more, room to grow and to learn. But I don't ever want that moment because just working with Bailey recently, obviously it was a different field than when we were working at NXT. And I have more experience being on the main roster, which is a completely different beast than NXT. But like, I want to listen to Bailey when, if she's saying, hey, slow down or let me sell or, that's what she does. That's what she's good at.
Let me sell? What's that mean? Do you know what that means, Sam?
Yeah, like let me react to what you're doing.
Oh, sell, okay.
Let me gain sympathy from the audience.
Yeah.
So you'll do that while you're wrestling? You'll talk to each other like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's cool.
So I don't think I'll ever want to stop listening because then you learn something new too.
But like when did you, because now you have to realize that if they brought somebody new in,
okay, like for
they
instance,
would look at you as
if
a
I
leader.
have a match with Dana Brooke tonight.
Sure.
And I put her in place.
Sure.
I will say, keep your mouth shut and listen to me.
Right.
Is that easy put?
Where are you wrestling tonight?
The Barclays.
Barclays.
Oh, wow, okay. I didn't know they have Monday night. Okay.
Yeah.
Raw's
Or
in
like when
Brooklyn
Becky
tonight.
and I wrestle, we like joke the whole time.
Do you?
Like sometimes in her comeback, I'll make funny noises. And she'll be like, "Why are you doing
Like
that?"
what noise?
I can't do
Come
it.
on,
no.
so the audience,
No.
is it like a...
Like she does this like back.
Can you imagine putting someone in a knee brace or something? And
Yeah, I do make. Yeah, I'm like, come on, Sting, or like I just say stupid stuff to her. Like it's great. Those are only on live events because if they pick that up on one of the cameras on TV, I can't imagine.
Would you get in a lot of trouble?
Why were you calling her Sting? I don't know.
Are you going tonight or no?
I always get FOMO at the last minute. I wasn't planning on it.
You're a
but
what?
FOMO,
Oh,
said.
I misunderstood.
Fear of missing out.
FOMO.
But I wasn't planning on it, but I might at the last minute. Just thought I have to be there.
FOMO, I didn't know what that meant.
But you have
Felching out. All right.
to. You have to. You should go if anybody hasn't gotten tickets yet. You should go check them out at the Barclays tonight.
I hope it's a great night. I hope you don't go and it's an amazing night.
That's what you want?
Yeah,
you want
I
me
hope
to be
there's
like,
all kinds of crazy stuff happens. Like you should have been there.
2 weeks till Mania. It better be good. If it's not, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, the ones leading up to WrestleMania are good, right? Because they're trying to promote that.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar comes out, Undertaker
Yeah.
comes out, all this stuff happens.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Is
It's
the
amazing.
Undertaker at WrestleMania?
Yeah, he's going to be wrestling Roman Reigns.
Oh, maybe we'll talk to him when we're down there.
That's right. We'll be in Orlando doing Radio Row, which you've done before.
Yes, I heard. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say anything. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. But it'll be fun.
I think you and Katie were my first ever stop for Media Row when I was in NXT. When
Oh, really?
Sasha and I did.
Yeah, I remember. That's when
Or
we talked
Meteor.
about the natty match and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
God,
That was it. That's
come
only
a
2
long
years
way.
ago.
I
That was
know.
only 2 years ago.
For sure.
It's amazing. Like Charlotte's story is pretty crazy because 2 years ago, so the WWE has their developmental center where they train people and they build the next generation or whatever. And Charlotte comes in and she's just this really athletic girl, but she's never wrestled before. And they kind of train her, see, okay, she's got the name, she's got this athletic ability. Let's see what we can do with her. And, she's there for a few years, but all of a sudden she pops up on their developmental TV show and has this match that everybody's talking about. And then a year and a half later, she's headlining or one of the headlines of WrestleMania last year. And then it's only a year removed from that. So it's really only been...
I will have been in this system 5 years in July.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, because there are people that have been for 5 years in the place where you started that are still in the place where you started?
Well, first and foremost, it's a testament to the girls I work with because it's a unique time, or it was a unique time when I came in because everyone was from the independents. So they had so much more experience. They knew what they were doing.
Right.
And I was just playing catch up and they were just pulling me up with them.
But you learn from everybody then.
Yeah, and I took a piece, of each girl, and then it's a testament to NXT. Dusty was, helping me with promos, and
Dusty
Sarah
Rhodes?
was,
Oh.
the American theme.
Yeah, I like to wrestle so much.
Jim does. Jim does maybe the
That was
worst.
pretty good.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
The
that.
worst Dusty Rhodes
No, it's a
impression
great Dusty Rhodes.
that I've ever heard.
Yeah, Sam, we don't even know what wraith you are. It's a very good Dusty
That's
Rhodes.
terrible.
Thank you very much.
It's a terrible.
It's a great one.
That's, yeah.
And he wouldn't say that about me.
Yeah,
anyway.
Trav Dog.
God
Baka,
rest his
baka,
soul.
And then Sarah Del Rey. She came in a week. No, excuse me. She came in when Sasha came in. So about a month and a half, July, October, 2.5 months later. And then the rest is history.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's really, really crazy. So is there anything like, did you get, you had this pay-per-view winning streak that ended at the last pay-per-view, which I was kind of like, well, obviously you build the pay-per-view winning streak to go to WrestleMania, right?
I don't know.
Was that like disappointing for you that you're like, what? The pay-per-view before WrestleMania, my winning streak ends?
Two ways to look at it. Well, when I started, people started being like, you have a pay-per-view streak going on. I'm like, what?
How
Like,
long was it?
I was 16-0, which was weird because I came 16. It was 16-0, and then Cena won the 16 time.
So you think that number 16 was?
No, I don't think they put anything. There's no thought put into that.
Wait, is this
No.
your first title shot, or have you had them before?
She's like a 3-time champion.
I don't know. I don't know much about wrestling. I represent most of the audience, or some of the audience. They don't know.
That's right.
I'm explaining my own ignorance. Sorry.
No, but I kept racking up numbers. I'm like, well, you have a pay-per-view streak. So because I didn't really think about it, it was more of a statistic than a story.
Right.
When it happened, I just hope the equity of that went to Bailey. That I hope that's grasped.
I see.
More of like, damn, that hugging, lovable girl just ended that. If viewers think of it, I was like, oh, well, I really didn't think of it.
So it wasn't something like
I was more like, God, I was so stressed. I had to be that on every month, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I can't. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I want to date a wrestler. I would like that. I think I'll be.
You do?
Good. Yeah. And a single one, I think it'd be nice.
Do some of the women in the WWE, do they like comedians? Like Jim? I mean, Jim goes to the gym, but he's not exactly in like
I don't know.
wrestling
No, but they would
shape.
like that I'm not in perfect. They're bored with wrestler bodies.
Wrestler bodies.
Yeah.
They're bored with wrestler bodies.
That's sorry, Sam. That was just my dusty come down. Adrian sent a dude picture.
We're tired of the cocoa butter.
Do you think Jim would have a shot? Like, could you see Jim like walking around backstage at a show and being like, "Oh, that's so and so's boyfriend"? Would people be like,
Sure,
"What?
why not?
Yeah.
Why?"
I think most of the girls are taken.
All right. Well, if there's any other...
I'll keep a lookout for the NXT girls coming up.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I don't think it'd be weird. Well, actually,
Jim would be one of those.
everyone's kind of with someone in the business.
Well, I'm just saying if somebody singles up, that's all I'm saying. They want somebody to come back. Hey, ladies, what's up?
That's so cool. The way just the way you talk
Yeah.
is cool. So
Yeah. I don't know much about it.
Don't do the Dusty voice, though.
Why not? They would love to go crazy. This
just-
guy's got a talent.
it just gets worse as you go. Plus, you're not saying anything that he would have said.
Sure I am.
So it doesn't make any you have no
Hey,
idea.
everybody, go out there and have a great wrestling match.
That's not.
It's a good.
Doesn't sound like him, does it?
No.
At all.
Thank you very much.
It's terrible.
Adrian thinks it's good.
It's just really, really bad.
Yeah.
Is there anything do you when you go to these shows? Were you a wrestling fan growing up, or not really?
I was a dad fan.
So you watched your dad's matches.
Yeah, I just wasn't. I played sports my whole life. Like I didn't. I never wanted to do anything other than. Well, I was a gymnast, and then I got into basketball, volleyball, and track, and then decided I wanted to play volleyball in college. And that was just my main goal from 7th grade on, is I wanted to play volleyball. So I didn't think about becoming a wrestler, especially not watching my dad in WCW and looking at the Nitro girls. I never thought of it as competitive or athletic. I was like, oh, look at these really pretty girls.
Right.
And
Because there's a different thing going on.
I
there.
had to learn how to do my makeup. Like, I have significantly gotten better. Like, if you look at my old NXT pictures, you'd be like, oh, she's so shiny. But no, I never looked at it as being competitive, or I was like, oh, I can do that. Yeah, I can flip off the top of there. Yeah, that's cool. So
the fact that it just didn't seem difficult to you made it like not
yes,
attractive.
which now I feel like, what's the word? Stupid that I didn't look at it for what it was. And even with my dad, I didn't really grasp what he did his entire life until I started doing this. And I just was like, wow. And I think that's why, we've bonded. I mean, I've always been close to my dad, but on a whole different level, because now he has someone in the family understand why he is the way he is, why he never wanted to retire.
Right.
Like I've only done this for almost 5 years. He 40 something. So
For his
now
whole life,
it's like, I went to a bunch of shows with him, but I never really was like, oh, they're my favorite or that. Like, I like Sting because he was cute, Macho Man, in all of his, outfits. And he came to school with me one day and show and tell. But no,
you had Macho Man for show and tell?
No, well, he just came to visit when they were through.
Oh, I
It was
thought you
kinda
meant like
show
it's show and
Did
tell.
people go
I
crazy?
Macho Man.
Like, I just was around it and I never thought of it. And then the other thing, as I got older, watching my brothers struggle, I couldn't stand that. Like, it seriously, like, I'll get emotional thinking about it. Like, watching what my older brother went through in WCW when they're like, oh, hey, this is Flair's kid and let's make some money with this. And he had no experience and he was thrown to the wolves. And if anyone's ever met my big brother, he's like the most gentle human being I've ever met. And to go through that. And then they shut down and he, went to Puerto Rico and Europe, and it just ended up being for him. And then watching my little brother, not handle the pressure and like live, breathe, watch wrestling nonstop. That's all he did. He wanted to be my dad. Mm-hmm. Like, I could just remember him sitting on the computer and watching promo after promo after promo. I'm like, what are you doing? But you know what? He had a dream. Yeah. And that's what I failed to realize. I was like, he, went out there on independence and wanted to be Reed Flair. So no, now I'm living his dream, but I didn't get into it till I was like, oh, I'm here. I got to do something with this now. I'm in Tampa.
Right.
Oh my God, this is happening.
But it's infected you, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you glad, not that you don't like spending time with your dad, but are you glad that he's not coming to the ring with you every night anymore?
Yes.
You are, right?
Like, is he going to remember a spot?
I remember going to shows, and like Ric Flair would come to the ring with Charlotte, and like Charlotte was trying to do her thing and like get the attention from the crowd, and Rick would just be wooing around the ring and literally just taking all the attention.
I'm like, you're wooing at the wrong time. Yeah. Why are you wooing? Settle down.
I've been told that many times.
Actually, there was a match that I had with Paige in Atlanta, and there was a spot where I ate the
oh no.
I ate the ring post, and my dad came around to check on me, and he was supposed to be ripping off the buckle, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be taking that's about to be our finish. Like, what? He's like, oh, honey, you really look like you hit your head hard. I was like, so that's like the stuff, because I'm like, it doesn't matter what you do, you're a legend,
right?
I'm like here with like one of the biggest stars we have, and I'm trying to like make a name. Dad, go.
Yeah, you're responsible for any of his mistakes
yes,
or whatever.
And mine.
Yeah, because he's not going to get blamed for anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're also going to be judged a lot harsher because of him. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
oh yeah,
It's like if George Carlin's daughter started doing stand-up. Like, it's like people are like, well, the name is not the, there's no way to. It's very hard.
But that also helps with my character. Like, I don't take it personal anymore. I used to take it personal, but now what my character's turned into, I need the fans to be like, oh, she's only here because of her dad. Like, that helped the pay-per-view streak.
Right. Because now she's a bad guy. It's like...
It really does help, especially to the casual viewer. They're like, oh, she's blonde, she's legacy, whatever. They're like, ew. So it helps.
When did you start getting comfortable with promos? Because you talking in the ring, you're more visually, when I'm watching at home, you are more in character and visibly more comfortable doing that character than a lot of the other people on the roster.
It's hit or miss. I just wanted to get better. And that I just kept thinking, how do I get better? And I still work, like sometimes they don't like or I'm too over the top or be more Ashley than Charlotte. And I still am trying to find that happy medium. And like, I'm an intense person. So I do like to yell, but you do have to tell a story in the promo. I don't know. It's just, I constantly work on it and I think about it and when I walk through that curtain, I want to be that character. There's no confusion. And I think that helps with promos too, because if you don't know who you are out there, that can, throw you off. Like if the fans are chanting, I want that time to let the fans know that I'm listening to them. And because I'm so into my character, I know where I'm going anyways. Does that?
I think I'd be really good at
like
promos.
as a baby face. I would like, what am I doing?
Because you didn't know what. Yeah,
that'd be the fun. Let's bring Joe in and all hang out together.
You want to? Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Let's do that because you're hanging out and bringing
Sit
Joe
right over there. Yeah. You think you'd be good at promos?
Oh, I know I would. What mic is that?
5.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be fun, man. Just.
What makes you think you'd be good at promos?
I just think I have good mic technique, and I'd be really good at just delivering promos and getting people juiced about my match.
Like, could you do something and maybe because, like I said, Charlotte's very good at it, and she's been around.
Do people when they're doing promos say things like, "And I'm going to out wrestle you, and I'm going to pin you, and I'm going to best you in that match"?
I pin you is good.
I pin you is good.
Yeah.
You know who Jim's favorite promo of all time is? Bob Backlund in the 80s.
Because he spoke like a gentleman.
He likes the whispering, like, "Well, Vince, I think I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna." That's.
You should still see him at the gym, by the way.
I would like to because he looks insane. We got Joe Sikora joining us, who's a friend of mine. He's Tommy from Power. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Sit down, Joe.
Do you know Charlotte at all from wrestling? Do you watch wrestling?
No.
Do you watch Power?
Okay.
Not any. No, they're that even. Well done.
You got his mic on over there, mic 5.
Oh, I don't know.
I used to watch wrestling though back in the day.
You did?
Oh yeah.
Did you watch Ric Flair?
Yeah. Woo!
That's Charlotte's dad.
Hell yeah.
There it
That's
is.
the man right there.
When we were talking about promos, did you ever ask your dad, like, Dad, why did you take off all your clothes and start elbow dropping your pants? Like,
I still ask him that.
You don't understand?
No.
Because Ric Flair used to he'd get all worked up in the ring, and he'd literally strip down to his boxers and start like knee dropping like his blazer and his pants.
I don't know. He's just that energized.
He never gave you a proper answer.
No, he's just like, I don't know. I think it's more like my suit or my jacket cost or what. I don't know.
He was just feeling it.
Yeah, like I always think of the one where he was in the Florida Gator boxers because we're Gator fans. I'm like, and those boxers, Dad?
But did he wear those boxers intentionally, knowing he was going to do his naked promo, or
wasn't that show in Charlotte though?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
why
It
would he
wasn't
wear-
like we were in Gainesville or
No.
Well, all of our fathers are embarrassing. Like, if your dad is embarrassing, you don't want him to be doing it in front of the entire country. Like, if your dad does something that's like embarrassing, it's like, ugh, now everybody is seeing that. Like, if my father does something embarrassing with his underpants or his pants, it's only me and my mother.
Right, just walking around the house, not going on like the biggest show on
Yeah.
television and stripping down.
What, Adrian?
Give me a minute.
Oh.
You should put your other headphone on so they could tell you.
No, because Adrian just did this.
Oh.
Like this.
Oh, the finger like this.
Oh.
Sorry. He's a Nazi, so sometimes he does weird
No,
things.
it's not.
It's me.
Well, listen, Charlotte, you're going to be in Brooklyn tonight
Yes.
for Monday Night Raw
Yes.
at the Barclays Center. Then, what is it now? Is
2
it a
weeks.
week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks from yesterday,
We've
right?
got Philly next week.
Philly next week,
Yes.
and then WrestleMania in Orlando.
And then WrestleMania.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. So you've got, I don't know what's happening at the Barclays tonight, but it's going to be Raw, so it's going to be good.
2 more weeks till I can have pizza. I'm just kidding.
Do you go on Crazy
That's what all the
WrestleMania?
girls are thinking in the back.
Yeah. Well, I saw you Instagramming your abs.
They're coming in.
Yeah, what? That's got to be crazy.
Uh-huh.
The Derek walked
He
into
just
the
hit his
TV.
head on the fucking television. So
Do you have to go
happy.
on a crazy WrestleMania diet?
I try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're not that good at it? Or is it working?
I don't know.
Check out her Instagram.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
Let
good
me
on
know
Instagram.
on Sunday or at Mania.
So everybody get tickets to tonight, the Barclays in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Then next week, Raw in Philly.
Raw in Philly.
Which, by the way, a Brooklyn crowd and a Philly crowd are two of the best wrestling crowds.
Exactly.
For that to lead into WrestleMania. And then a week from Sunday, so 2 weeks from yesterday, is WrestleMania in Orlando at the WWE Network, where it'll be Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Bayley in a triple threat match for the Women's Championship.
And we will steal the show.
I bet you will.
All right, well, we'll
bet
see.
you will.
We'll see you down there because I'm going to be there with Sam broadcasting. So we will see you there.
Your first Mania?
No, I went to one in September. It was outdoors.
It wasn't
a while
September.
ago.
It was
When
like
was
we
it?
have Mania.
I went to one in September.
No, not this past September, but years ago I went to one.
It's an
SummerSlam?
annual event.
Oh,
You went to WrestleMania 29 in April.
April. Okay, well
Yeah.
it's chilly out.
And it was at MetLife.
I don't
Okay.
remember. It was at.
So Jim, it was his
was
first
very
WrestleMania, and he thought he was going to beat the crowd. It was WrestleMania 29 at MetLife.
yeah.
So he leaves halfway through the show. Before,
Not halfway through the show. I watched a little bit of Brock's match.
That's halfway through the show. You miss John Cena versus The Rock.
Oh yeah, apparently that was a good match.
So he was wondering, like, is there going to be like a big crowd trying to get out early and blah blah blah. He walked through. Tell Charlotte how many people were in the MetLife Stadium parking lot as you walked out.
2, me and the guy I went with. Everybody stayed. I'm like, I guess they want to see the next match. But I had to get up and do some radio in the morning. I was very tuckered out.
Jim was
And
the
it was cold.
John
only
Cena and
one
Rock
that
mid-
left. Yeah, that's the match.
That's the
No, but it's good. I can go back and watch it now. I didn't ruin it. I still don't know who won that match. I have no idea what happened.
So that's what it was. You like watching on TV, and no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
All right, you want to take a quick break?
Yeah, how long is our break going to be?
4 minutes, 3
All
minutes.
right, we'll take a quick one, and we're back with Joe Sikora. We're going to be hanging out till the end of the show.
Yes.
And thank you for coming in. It was nice meeting
thanks
you and
for having
talking
me.
to you.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Charlotte.
having
You're
me
gonna
on.
kill it, Charlotte.
Oh,
Nothing but faith in you.
Thank you.